This segment, we're going to talk a little bit about statement or invoice printing preparation. There are a lot of options, and we'd like to clarify any confusion within that screen. We'll go into Report 60, which is the same whether you go into it from the Billing 1 tab or if you go to Advanced Reports and click Final Invoices. It takes you to the same place. You'll notice various red column headings on the screen. You're able to run bills by client or by file or rebill them by invoice or file number. A rebill, if you're printing one at a time, is necessary if the case has no current work in process to be billed. Otherwise, you run it as an original. If you bill periodically throughout the month, you're probably accustomed to billing one file at a time in many cases, in which instance you just unselect all and click in here and key your file number or press the F2 key or the down arrow to get a list of the files. Like all of our list boxes, this list is searchable. So you can key the file number and get close to the one you want, or you can press tab and come over and start keying the sort name of the file you want. Once you have the file you want, you can click it and hit enter or OK, or you can simply double click it. So this is the one file that we're going to print. It lets you know when they were last billed and when they last paid. And then we specify the billing period ending date. Everything on the file up through this date that is not on hold will actually be included on this invoice. You can select by responsible timekeeper if you're printing a lot of bills for one particular timekeeper, but when you're printing one bill at a time, we recommend that you leave all of these multiple selection criteria with a setting of all or a check mark so that you don't inadvertently deselect something that you really want to print. Then you select the date range to include on the bill for the payments. Every payment within this date parameter will be included as a detailed payment. All payments prior to the beginning date will be factored into the previous balance. You can override the format of the file temporarily when you go to print the bill, or you can use the file setting. You can override the information to include. Normally you're going to be billing everything. However, if it's a contingency file, you might be billing cost only throughout the duration of the case. You can double space the entries in case of pre-printed letterhead. You can summarize your payments. We do recommend that you print zero and print negative if you have work in process that needs to be final billed on the case. We also recommend that you leave rebills no activity check, because when you're printing all of your bills, you would want it by default to include reminder bills, cases that owe you money but do not have any current activity. In order to actually do a final bill and move the work over from work in process to accounts receivable, you do have to click Final Billing. Without printing a document, you can print Final Bill to File only. It'll mark it as bill but won't actually print a bill. Then you have Preview Only, which we're going to cover in this segment. And then you have Send to File. Send to File is available whether you're doing a final bill or a preview, and it will actually create a text document of your invoice in the Case 2000 temp folder. So when you're ready to go, we've selected one file. We'll just say Preview Only, and here's our bill. If you'll notice up here, the name and address in this particular instance is coming out of our control file under the bill header section, but we can customize your own letterhead. We can add your logo or any other artwork that you want on the bill. This particular bill was customized to show the total amount that you expect the client to pay right on the first page of the bill. And then you have, in this case, a very revealing format, which we call format 5, but it shows the date, the timekeeper, the description, the rate, the hours, and the amount. And then we come to the second page and it gives you the total amount due. If you print in color, we can construct the print routine for your firm to print any particular thing you like in color. There are other options to printing multiple bills simultaneously. Of course, at the end of the month, you're probably going to print all of your bills at one time, in which case you leave this selection as all. But let's say that we wanted 3 bills at this particular time, but we didn't want to have to go through this setup 3 different times. So we uncheck all and we click select. And when we click preview or print, we'll see a selection box pop up. We want file 1001, 1002, and we might want file 3001. And when we tell it to proceed, those are the 3 that we'll see. 1000-001, we'll close that. 1000-002, and then 3000-001. So those are the only 3 files that we printed, but we printed them basically all at one time. Another option you have is to print by client, and it will print all cases for the selected client with a cover sheet showing a summarized view of what the client owes you. So we'll pick the one client, tell it to preview, and in this case it's our client 1000, which has 3 cases assigned to it. So 1000-001 is the first one, 002 is the second one, and 005 is the third one, and it's actually a reminder bill. This client owes us this amount, but they have no current work. And then this is the cover sheet or consolidated charges for all matters for the selected client. So keep in mind there are a lot of different options for bill printing. The same thing that you just saw selectable by multiple clients or cases is also selectable by multiple clients. You can also select multiple invoices to print simultaneously. You can print all of your bills by one timekeeper, all of your bills by a particular practice area, or you can print all hourly bills versus fixed fee or contingency bills. So there are a lot of different options in bill printing, but keep in mind that there are other billing reports within CaseLoad like pre-bills and invoice reviews. But if you're ready to actually mark the file as final, just meaning that you're going to mail this invoice, you must select Report 60 from the Billing 1 tab, or go to Final Invoices from the Advanced Reports tab. And then of course we have a few of our clients still using the outdated method of going to Reports up top and then coming down and selecting it from here. If you'll notice when I did that, there is a hotkey, so to speak, for picking the billing print program, which is Alt B. So you can be anywhere and select Alt B and it will bring you to this screen. So we hope that helps simplify some of the options when printing of your bills. Please let us know if we can help in any way. Just remember, it's CASELODE.com, or call us at 864-346-4486, software for the business of law.